What's up, everybody? I hope everybody can hear me just fine. Welcome to the Cash Consumer live stream. We've got a bunch of stuff to cover in this one. Um, Starting with Palworld. Everything has been getting out of hand with Palworld. From them getting over 1 million copies sold in like 8 hours, which is absolutely ridiculous, to um, to the controversies, them creating their whole catalog of pals, you know um from AI, and then they've been getting death threats. Pocket Pair has, and it's a whole freaking saga that's been going on with them. um Also, we're going to go over Ubisoft director of streaming and his comments on how gamers should get comfortable with um, not owning physical games. There is a little bit more to that, that I don't think it was just kind of glossed over. But I don't think he was saying that we should. Um, I don't think he was saying that they're moving along with it. They're going to steamroll the consumer, and just you have to be good with it because that's what we're doing. I don't think that's what he was going with that. And then we're going to talk about Larian and their response to Ubisoft. And I got to tell you, they've been making a really great name for themselves. It looks like they are all about the consumer, which is really, really good. However, their response, they're coming from Larian, who, Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be just a digital only release. So it's now, I won't say hypocritical, but mind mind yourself there. And to do all this, I got a really good buddy of mine, Large Raging Panda. I'm gonna bring him on right now.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Right on.
Like to be on stream. That's awesome. Thanks for having me.
And what's funny is Panda was the one that got me into the online space. He was like, just do it, dude, just do it. And I was like, man, I don't know. I don't have any other setup or anything like that, right?
Right. It's easy, right, man? It's just you gotta just look up the information. You gotta just have to have that voice, right?
It was a slow kind of process, dude. After you get this piece of equipment, that piece of equipment, and then all of a sudden it just comes together. It took a minute. It took like 5 years, for me to get it.
I mean,
the way
even with myself, we're both still kind of going up there. Still upgrading the setup. It's you find little tweaks and notches there that make it easier for yourself and make it easier for those people to watch. So I mean, even today you showed me what you're using. I'm like, man, this is way easier than what I do. So you learn from everything. So it's cool because every year, every month, every day you learn something new.
Yep. And then the only drawback with this one is that you can't. Maybe you can, but as far as I can tell, you can't dual stream with it. So I had to pick between Twitch or YouTube, and I pick YouTube because it's
okay.
They're more like
strict
this kind
on
of
that
thing.
I mean, that's another topic. What Twitch just did, they released their dual streaming network thing. So now people that are on Twitch could stream on whatever platform they want while streaming on Twitch.
That's right. So, because they had penalties for people who would dual stream.
Yeah, people would lose their creative rights through Twitch, which is crazy because Twitch is pretty, of course, known for streaming, and people that were streaming for years finally got that ability to stream for like Facebook, YouTube.
That's right.
What's the other ones? Mixer and all those other ones. And then Twitch drops a hammer saying, hey, if you guys go over to those places, you're done with us. That's crazy.
They didn't want to bolster their competition, because I think Amazon, they just laid off like a bunch of people, and Twitch was included in that. So I get it, And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Twitch has ever made money for Amazon. I might be wrong.
I want to say I believe they just got bought by Amazon, but they don't provide funding. So
Gotcha.
it's vice versa. So I don't think even Amazon provides funds for Twitch. So
Ooh.
as of right now, what's going on with Twitch with the whole, everything's, I wouldn't say falling apart, but
Yeah.
their guidelines and stuff kind of push creators away, which is
Oh
their
yeah.
downfall, And
Oh
you
yeah.
got what I know there's one more streaming service that just came out that's like paying 100% of
Oh,
the
Kick.
revenue to, yes, where where people could just come on and get 100%, and then I know there's a contract. There has to be a contract, right? Where you get 100% for like a year, and then after that, it's a dividend, right?
Right. But I mean, like, they won't be making money if they're giving everything to the creators. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm
But
saying. There has to be a fine line of creator and producer. So, I mean, they're making millions. The last time I saw, they're at the millions, if not billions, revenue for people that are just on Kick.
And then what they said the their revenue stream is from what you call it? Oh my gosh.
I know what you're trying to say. It's the
casino.
The lives. Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Apparently it was built on the money that they got from gambling games or whatever.
Yep.
So, but that could be how they're able to, bankroll all of their creators. That way they get 100% of all of their revenue, which I think, that's cool. I mean, people want to get into the morality of the, gambling space and all that, but I don't know. I see it like everything else, you kind of do it to yourself if you get into that space and you kind of fall headlong into it, and all of a sudden you're losing your house and everything like that. You have a problem, you should probably get help with that. The only like stop gate I think should happen is with kids. Kids shouldn't be allowed to get on those kinds of sites. They're not old enough to, and they don't make their own money either.
That's the hard part though, right? Because now these days anybody can get on the internet, so it makes it difficult. At that point, it's morals over company, right? They're making money, they don't care how. At the same time, it's kind of messed up, right? You got, for instance, Fortnite, where they just got sued too about that.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yes, they did.
They just got sued for their transactions where they were making it way too easy for people to buy skins by accident. And I'm talking about a $20 skin, right? One skin for $20, and you got kids dropping, mom, dad credit card just like that. So
I want to say it's Epic. They had like close to it was like $500 million they had to pay out because of the shadow the shadow practices and I made a video about that, dude. It's exactly right.
It's crazy though, but you got companies like that man up for their mistakes, right? They actually gave the money back, but still, it's something. Starting up a company, you have to know those kind of legalities and stuff like that. That it's not just adults playing your game. It's always going to be kids, young adults, even I would say young babies. I guess you could say now these days everybody's a little. It's a baby.
Yes. This is like from 10 to. For me, it's like 20, 25,
Right. Well, I would even say to 5, because Epic was on tablets too. So anybody that can hold a tablet, I guess you could start like that.
Here we got a couple of comments. We got John DBZ. Hey, buddy, just in time. How you doing, bud? And then he wrote again, Kick and TikTok stream next to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook gaming stream. There are a lot. That is true, and it's only more only with time coming.
Yes. I agree with TikTok. TikTok blew up as a music app, and then just became the next Vine, I guess you could say, which you get a lot of information for TikTok if you look at the right sections and right people to look for.
Right on. And then John DBZ again. Twitch got the hype because of getting money from bits was so fast and easy next to YouTube. You have to hit at least 2K and more. The Kick had people jump on it because of the no ads. I mean, shoot, man, that's awesome. And I know they pulled a lot of creators because of the 100% revenue split. well, I guess it's not really a split, but
yeah. No, yeah, it's just 100%, right?
Yeah. But we're gonna start with a feel-good story, right? The internet, it goes undefeated. We're gonna start with this one. A Burger King employee who never missed a day of work in 27 years got a goodie bag for his service. The internet gave him $450,000. How to meet your financial goals without relying on strangers. We won't get into that. Thank you, Yahoo, I guess.
Already.
Yeah. So it says Kevin Ford, he had missed a day of work in 27 years. Early on, he was focused on paying the bills and raising 2 daughters as a single father, which, I mean, single mother, single father, it's hard. I was barely making rent. Ford told USA Today while recounting the story. The 56-year-old, and the dude doesn't look 56. He looks like he's in his late 30s, early 40s. A 60-year-old Las Vegas man who has worked out of the Henry Reed International Airport since 1995. How old was I? I think I was 5. It was presented with a meager goodie bag in 2022 that included a movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, candy, a couple of pins, and some keychains to commemorate his nearly 3 decades in food service. And we're going to move on. The internet stands undefeated with good and bad. But this is one of the good things about the internet. One of his daughters created a GoFundMe for him, and donations from viewers who were amazed by Ford's hardworking, humble nature began to pour in. As of January 17th, the fundraiser surpassed $450,000, right? And with that, he said he left some money to his kids. He bought a house. And he said it, he goes in the article, he said, it's not a mansion. It's not big, but it's mine. And he said he never thought he'd be able to own a home, which I think, dude, it's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Good on his daughters. Good on the people. What do they call them? The netizens, net citizens. Good on them for, actually backing this guy. So me personally, I believe that, obviously human beings are capable of some horrendous stuff, but just like this story, we're capable of doing great things for each other. So I want all of us to keep that in mind, moving forward. All the bad stuff that's going on is a smoke screen. What you need to do, love your neighbor, love your friends. And, if we do that, we can make a positive change in the world, in my opinion. But let's get into
what a good way to start a stream.
Yes,
we got to start with the good.
Yes, it's gonna get real bad real soon. Yeah. So with Palworld, in 8 hours, it sold 1 million copies. And so one of the things is that we've got about 3 freaking barriers here, right? We've got Nintendo. What is Nintendo gonna do? The AI bend to it. Did they use AI to develop all of their pals in it? And then Pocket Pair, did they get any models, some character models from Nintendo? And Nintendo just came out with this. As a matter of fact, let me bring that up real quick.
So just to add on for that, over 7 million copies in 5 days. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
and
nuts,
it's I think it's a $25 game. So just do the math. That's a lot of money.
All right. Yep. Crazy. So we've got this, and this one is relatively new because what is 2 days ago?
I was gonna say I think it dropped like while I was at work, so maybe Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So when I saw the Pokemon, I was like, "Ooh, I knew it was gonna happen eventually."
Yeah, right. You knew it. You knew it was coming. I want to say back in 2021, they had a short, what do you call it? God dang it. I'm losing my words right now.
Pokemon?
No, Palworld. They
Okay,
had a trailer. They had a short trailer of
Ooh,
what they were offering, which is
I didn't know
Pokemon
that.
with guns. Yeah, yeah. So Nintendo knew. Nintendo knew about this back in the day. Obviously, we had no idea it was going to explode the way that it did.
So, yeah, it sounds like they didn't think it was a threat. Let's just
No.
start there, right?
Yeah.
And I get some feedback from a couple sources that I've seen, and
Mhm.
yes, you said it's Pokemon. What probably will get these guys Power World is the way to catch them. I want to say
Mm.
Pokemon might have a little bit of an advantage on that because it's the same aspect. You throw a Pokemon ball, right? You catch a Pokemon.
Mhm.
Power, I believe. I don't know what it's called. I haven't played it. I've seen it, but
Mhm.
it's the same concept. You throw a ball, it
Yep.
catches it, it gives you the little timer.
Yeah.
The more damage they have on them, the easier it is to catch.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. But I'm not sure because I mean, you know, with a lot of the pocket monster genre, it's like they can't really have a say on all of that. They can't, like, with their monsters, they can copyright those.
yep.
How they catch them, I'm not sure they can copyright that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Pokemon is investigating Power World for potential IP infringement. Here's what to know about the controversial game that's gone viral. And we do have another comment from John DBZ. He says, Arc Mix, Rust Mix, Minecraft Mix, Pokemon. You can add that there. Have been more big YouTube gamer and Twitch player jump on Power World in 3 days than any game seen in a long time. That's true.
Yes.
100%.
I was gonna say the biggest
Oh, yeah.
streamer or the biggest YouTuber that I seen play is Charlie. I don't know if you know Charlie.
No, I don't know.
Penguin Zero. I don't know if you guys know
Ye-
Charlie. He's out there, but he's been playing Power with his friends, and just off of what he's doing, it's like the next big thing for sure. And
Oh, yeah.
off of today, what I've heard is they've already announced a roadmap for this game, which is crazy for a 5-day old game. They've already
Yeah.
announced their next, their next steps for months. So it's gonna be a big thing for sure, unless
Yeah.
something stops them.
Yeah. I mean, like, exactly what you said, like, but Nintendo, I'm thinking they can't do much because if they could, like, so people have been making mods of Ash in, actual Pokemon and putting them in Power World. Nintendo came through immediately and knocked that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Copyright claimed.
Yeah, Nintendo's big
Yes.
on getting their stuff off branded. I mean, another back to Fortnite. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing why Fortnite can't get Nintendo skins is
Oh, yeah.
because Nintendo won't let it go.
Yeah.
They've been talking about Mario. They've been talking about Pokemon. They've been talking about having all of these designs in Fortnite, and yet Nintendo just doesn't want to let go of their IP. They just want to keep it to themselves. I mean,
Yep.
it's good for them, right? They
Right.
have their own division. They have their own
Mhm.
console that makes
Yep.
millions as well. But
Mhm.
is it really about the money, or is it just about the space? Keeping the company uh, friendly, neutral, I guess you could say, right? Because
Yeah.
where have you seen a rated M game on Nintendo, right? Maybe once
Yeah,
or twice,
exactly.
but it's
Yeah, yeah.
all teen,
It's
if
family
not rated.
friendly.
Yep.
Yep.
And I believe that's probably one of their biggest things is now that Power World is Pokemon with guns. That's their first thing is, oh man, we can't have guns. It's not friendly.
And from I've been watching a lot of videos of, like, fans, like super fans of Nintendo. They buy every game and everything like that. And for the past few installments of Pokemon, they have been disenchanted with how they're doing it, the bugginess, and how they're not switching the formula up to make it more fun, inject some fun into the franchise, right? So a
Yes.
lot of people are disenchanted with how Nintendo's been running it, and so they saw Power World as the change that they were hoping that
Something new.
uh yeah that Nintendo would make,
That's
and since
another
they
thing
didn't
is
make it,
yeah.
you know but what was the oh yeah so I think some of it, I mean, it's selling like 7 million in 5 days, dude. That's nuts.
It
It's
is.
got to be another bend to it. So I think what a lot of people are doing is some Pokemon fans are doing this as an FU to Nintendo for putting out all those, those bad games. Well, not bad games, but just formulaic, you know, not inventive or changing anything. They're like, well, I'll play Palworld so that Nintendo gets the message. We want a better game this time around. But after several days of speculation, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo have signaled they are investigating Palworld, a viral Pokemon clone that has sold over 8 million copies in less than a week. That's crazy.
Yes, that is crazy.
And I this mean, is like, a little what's that?
I was gonna say, like, going on of what you added. Yeah, people want something different. Pokemon has been doing the same thing since what, the 90s?
Yes.
Maybe the only change we've seen is 3D animation, right? It's gone from the sprites of pixels to 3D. What was the last one? I keep forgetting how to say the name. It starts with an A. I already forgot. Let me look it up real quick. I don't want to mess up this name.
Oh, no worries. And then we got another comment from John DBZ from a Pokemon guy. Yes, that's right. The last 2 games in DLC were bad. So just a quick question to you, John DBZ. Freaking, are you interested in, well, a couple questions. Are you interested in Palworld? And if you are you hoping that Nintendo gets the message that you want something that's more inventive and, you know, and so that you can do more in the Pokemon world? And then we got another comment from John DBZ. The only problem the Nintendo Wii have with real gamers are you can name over 100 games that copying each other. So don't cry about tiny things. Right on. Right on. So I'm looking at the landscape here, and I'm leaning more towards a lot of these are Pokemon lovers that are, you know, trying to send a message to Nintendo. Yeah, like you said, the formula hasn't changed since the Game Boy, so they want something more. But this is a little description of what Palworld is. Palworld is an open world survival game available for Windows PCs and Xbox consoles. That is right. It hasn't come to PlayStation. Maybe it will in the future, but right now they are only on PC and Xbox. That is stirred controversy in the past week due to its in-game characters' close resemblance to the titular creatures in the popular Pokemon games on Nintendo systems. While Pokemon allows players to capture, trade, and battle their creatures, Palworld dials up the violence by allowing players to beat up Pokemon-like critters known as pals, while also allowing characters to wield guns and other weapons. Not only that, you've got the labor part of it. Yeah. You can, yes, you can work them to the bone, which, and then we had, I'm not going to bring this up, but PETA came out and was like, here is a vegan-friendly way to play Palworld. No idea why they decided to stick their nose into this one, but you know, sure, to each his own. If I would assume if you're playing but that's the thing, right? So does that mean that vegans, they don't play things like Call of Duty and things like that? Like, why? Why? It doesn't have to be like, every facet of your life
too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So vegans they don't play, you know, Seafood Rush or something like that, right?
Cooking Mama, I think that's what it's called.
Golly, dude, it's so silly. It's so silly. We got another not veganism within itself, but injecting into every facet of your life. I think that is absolutely silly. We got another comment from John DVZ. I've been playing Palworld pre-order and not stopped. It's crazy good. Little bugs, but nothing too bad to fix. Hey, man.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. It's little bugs, but that roadmap that just came out sounds like they're going to be fixing a lot of that. A lot of the grind, a lot of the issues that they've been having. But again, it's a five-day game, right? Five-day old game that's already popular. Yep. I mean, another big game, I would say it's not a big game, but like came out pretty much kicking is Lethal Company. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one. Lethal Company.
It's a little indie game that came out for like $10, and I think it made a lot of money too. That's slowly going up there.
Yeah. I mean, with Larian being as big, I mean, Baldur's Gate 1 game of the year. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying Larian's a tiny studio. What I am saying is these little to mid-tier studios, they are doing humongous numbers now. Right now,
yes,
it's awesome.
they are kicking. They're coming out strong for sure. Oh, there's yeah.
Captain Kirk. Here, hold on. Let's John WZ, he says, I've been playing Palworld. Oh, we read that one. Sorry, John. And then we got Captain Kirk. I love me some TDY. We love you too. We love you too, Cap. Right on. Gosh, I miss you, Cap. Me and Panda, we were talking about this. We've got to get together, dude, and like have some breakfast, have a, what do you call that? The early bird special, because we are getting old, dude.
My back's already hurting. Come on.
That early bird special. That's one of my favorite.
Captain has a pretty good breakfast joint that he's been trying to invite me, but I always wake up late. So, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's do something tonight.
4 kids, man. 4 kids.
Right.
It's like I tried to see, and that's why like I wanted to try to do it early before the kids woke up, because I like to make them breakfast and things in the morning, Yeah. And then if it goes too long, I don't get a chance to make them their waffles or their pancakes. So if we do, we got to do it at the butt crack of morning, dude.
There you go.
That way we can get out, freaking eat, laugh, and then come back and then, have all day with the kids. It's freaking dope. I love it. But let's see. They're not really getting into any territory that we haven't seen already. But the controversies do include the AI bend to it. So there were some accusations that they use AI to build all of their pals, and that turned out not to be true. It caught fire on Twitter, and the one who brought this accusation forward, they crumbled.
I heard about that too. Where
right, at any form of pushback.
Yeah, they're trying to morph a Pokemon to a Palworld creature, and it's like it's exactly the same. And it's like
exactly
if you have to morph the character to look like a power character, I think you're just trying too hard now.
Exactly right.
I get that there's fans out there that like you said, there's big fans of Pokemon that really like the way the game is, and any little change can really affect that one person. But change is sometimes good, and I think Palworld is going the right direction with this.
I agree 100%. What you do want is a proper competitor to the thing that you like. I always want Xbox to do well, because it'll force PlayStation to make better games. You know what I mean? Just like in this scenario, I hope I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. Once they got away from 150, I stopped paying attention. I was like, what were they hiding this entire time? You know what I mean? But just like with Palworld and Pokemon fans should be happy Palworld's doing well. That way you will get a better Pokemon game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, no violence, but still, they'll pick up the place to where maybe now, instead of just catching Pokemon, you can. Power's a good example, like John said. It's a mix of all these other games. Ark is a survival-based game where you have to go and craft materials, houses. That's something that Pokemon probably left out. Is what if you could actually go out in the world and live your life with the Pokemon, right?
Right. That'd be dope. That would be good. I might pick it up. I mean, my son has a Switch, so I probably would just use his.
But yeah, that would be cool, right? A survival-based Pokemon to where you actually have to survive, and not just a linear story where you can just do whatever you want.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's an open world already. Might as well make it to where you can do what you want.
Yeah. Get those craft elements, those survival elements in there. Yeah, you just from that, I think you got a better game. We got another comment from John DBZ. The Gates 3 thing has really kicked Diablo butt hard. The new update and season on Diablo have killed the franchise of a 30-year game. So here, let's see. We got another one from John DBZ. Zelda could join in the mix with Palworld just for a Nintendo fight. like if they do, oh my gosh, dude. They would probably sell more than Grand Theft Auto if they did that. like make not a Zelda clone so much, but have those elements of a Zelda game, dude. Because I mean, as the crafting in Palworld, as far as I understand, is really good, but Tears of the Kingdom took it to a whole other level, dude. It's crazy what they were able to do with that. But if they had those kinds of elements in Palworld, dude, it'd be crazy. A Pokemon Zelda mix game. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't say Palworld is a mix. You got your fighting elements, right? And well,
yeah.
I mean, it would have to be, no guns, but still,
yeah.
Palworld's doing his thing. It's doing their thing with mixing it up for sure. So
right on.
It's a win-win.
The advantage that Palworld has right now is they can make a Zelda with guns too.
I mean,
hey,
what's that game? Alien Hunter or whatever, where it's like you hunt aliens with a bunch of guns. I don't know what it's called, man. There's all these games that I see that's so weird. Let me see. I think it's called.
Do you remember the movie Starship Troopers?
Yes, it's just like that. That game is just like that. I just don't know what it's called.
Here, hold on.
Let me see. Oh, man, maybe if I type in Starship Troopers type game.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about too. God dang it, dude! But you fight bugs and everything like that.
Yeah.
Getting that game, dude. I'm getting it because it looks like so much fun.
They've made so many of them. I want to say it's like, I don't know if it's Alien Hunter or something like that. I know it's something big. I always see the Raging Badger, I think on YouTube, is the one who plays it all the time with his friends.
It's another one. Prince of Persia, that one made a huge comeback. That franchise, yes. They made oh my gosh, the Lost Crown looks so much fun. I'm gonna grab that. It's gonna be a minute because holy crap, dude, everything's so expensive right now.
Oh, that is. And then you got companies that are saying that games aren't expensive enough, that they need to be even more.
yes. Yang Ye had something to say about that. He was like, they're toying around with a $10 increase or even a $30 increase, dude. It's getting out of hand. And so two things, right? As far as we got to get to, so one thing, we'll get to the other one whenever we bring up this other article, but things are more expensive now than they've ever been. What makes them think that raising their prices would be a good idea? So this is what's going to happen if you do that. All these studios out here, right? If you raise your prices, less people are going to play games. As simple as that. You know what I mean? If a person has to choose between buying a game or, let's say, buying essentials for their house, it only works because it's at a point where you can do both. You know what I mean? But just like the Disney Plus and Peacock, which I heard is doing really well, but we're just going to use them as far as this example goes. All these other streaming services out there, you're going to cut the ones that you don't really use and go with your Netflix or something like that. So you're cutting yourself off at the knees by raising the prices on things. Nobody cares if Disney Plus raises their price. They're just going to cut it.
It's not my fault you made a multi-million-dollar game.
Yeah. But this one is Helldivers 2. Check. This one right here. Let's see if we get a little bit of gameplay. Yes. Bro, this looks it looks like so much fun, dude. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I think this one is coming out. When is it coming out?
I've seen pre-orders for that one. It might already be out, isn't it?
The article is coming out next month.
Okay.
Yep. Coming out next month.
Ooh, so in a week.
Yeah. What does this say? Where is it? February 8th. And I can't wait to play Tomb Raider's the remasters. So when the PlayStation first came out, I would get the game magazines, and they would have demos that you could play in the back of them, right? And Tomb Raider was one of them, but I never got really good at it, dude. And I can't wait to kind of revisit it now in my adult life, or this phase of my life or whatever. Warhammer looks fun too.
So is this one going to be open world and not turn-based?
Which one?
World Hammer.
Oh, Warhammer. I think it's going to have a linear type thing. I think they're going to do it in a way that they did like a God of War.
Okay. I was going to say, because I remember, I believe the last Warhammer game that they did was like XCOM. I don't know if you ever played XCOM.
Right on. They had a boomer shooter one that came out. It had a real retro feel to it. I can't remember the name of it right now, but that would look fun. It was like Doom, but Warhammer.
Is that the one that was like the 4-player co-op one, where you could choose your class and then go through it?
I think it was a single player, if I'm not mistaken. Just off the top of the dome, I think it was just a single player. We got a couple messages or comments from John DBZ. It says UK price are too much. Think over 20 years when it was from, as you say, $10 secondhand game from the cheap shop to now getting something for 90. That's, man, 100% agree with that. So I think another thing that gamers might do, especially if they really want the game, they might wait until it goes into the budget bins, so another one from John DBZ.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say something to transition to your next topic, but go ahead.
Right on. Let me Here's the War. One of the first time it was out was $45, and now you can walk into a shop and get the set 1, 2, and 3 for $1, 100%. And I think that's what gamers are going to do as with that. What were you going to say, Panda?
I was going to say, if we still have that ability, right, in the next couple of years, it seems like they really want to change that.
Here we go. That is a perfect segue, and this is why we bring Panda on. So the new Ubisoft Plus and getting gamers comfortable with not owning their games. So the way I read this, Phillipe Tremblay is his name. He's the subscription director over at Ubisoft. So it's his job to want gamers to get comfortable with not owning games. It's literally his job, right? But I don't think he was saying that they are moving forward with this. He was just saying, like, with the movie subscriptions out there, this is how they were able to implement their subscriptions, right? So let's see. Ubisoft has rebranded subscription offering and introduced a new service for PC players. Ubisoft's main all-singing, all-dance subscription offering has been rebranded Ubisoft Plus Premium. This service is the one that features all new releases such as this week's Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is available early to subscribers. It costs $17.99 and is accessible via PC, Xbox, and Amazon Luna. In addition, the firm is adding Ubisoft Plus Classics on PC. The Classics option was already available to PlayStation players and features back catalog games like Far Cry 6 and Rainbow Six Siege for $7.99 a month. And that's all great. That's all great. We looked at the consumer behavior and how people were interacting with our offer, and we saw an opportunity for us to evolve, explains Phillipe. When we look at how gamers engage with our different games, we see that our back catalog is still very active and alive. So we saw an opportunity to offer these worlds to our consumers for a lower fee. And this is in a response to the behavior that we saw for players.
I mean, there's a reason, right? There's a reason why their back catalog is more efficient, because people want to play the old games, and we can't because we don't have the physical copy. So of course you're gonna go digital, right?
Yes. I want to get to where he says this. Well, this is part of it. There are multiple behaviors, he explains. There are definitely a lot of people who come in for one game and then decide to buy it after the subscription ends. That's part of the reality, and that's okay with us. We're talking day one releases with games like Prince of Persia. You get early access. We already have Avatar, Assassin's Creed, Mirage, All of the games are available to play. That's tremendous value already. And then there's the catalog too, thousands of dollars of games. Yes, you don't just get access. Right now, he's just going through the whole gamut of what is offered by Ubisoft Plus. I want to get into.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, so speaking about the whole, it doesn't hurt to buy the games, but he's still trying to mention buying digital. He's not saying you're gonna go out and buy it physical, right? You play the game digitally, and through the subscription, you get it for free, right? You're paying $17 a month for the game to be streamed from their cloud service. Yeah. But when he says those players are still gonna buy it, is he meaning buy it through digital, or are they going to go out and buy it physical?
That's a good question.
Doesn't break it down that way.
No, I think he's coming purely from a subscription,
right? Digital, right?
Subscription, yeah. So he says, I don't have a crystal ball, but when you look at the different subscription services that are out there, we've had a rapid expansion over the last couple of years, but it's still relatively small compared to the other models. He begins, we're seeing expansion on console as the likes of PlayStation and Xbox bring new people in. On PC, from a Ubisoft standpoint, it's already been great. We were looking to reach out more on PC, so we see opportunity there. One of the things we saw is that gamers are used to, a little like DVD, having and owning their games. That's the consumer shift that needs to happen, right? They got comfortable not owning their CD collection or DVD collection. That's a transformation that's been a bit slower to happen in games. So he's going over the transition from your physical DVD, your physical CDs, to you not caring about it and going into a subscription service. So he's not necessarily saying that they are going to make those moves. He's just talking about the transition that he saw happen with DVDs and subscription services. And as gamers grow comfortable in that aspect, you don't lose your progress. If you resume your game at another time, your progress file is still there. That's not been deleted. You don't lose what you've built in the game or your engagement with the game. So it's about feeling comfortable with not owning your game. And so, again, with him being the director of subscriptions, it's literally his job to push their subscription service. So I'm not going to fault him for that.
It's his job, right? It's his job.
Yeah. He was literally just being super honest, and people freaking jumped down his throat for it, which I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Right. But like with, your movies, your entertainment services, right? Your Netflixes and things like that. Studios still provide you with your Blu-rays, your DVDs. So what I don't understand is why this big push for not owning games when even the entertainment sector don't do that. They don't do that. You know what I mean? They still allow you to have a physical whatchamacallit?
Copy.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
They still allow you to have a physical copy of that piece of entertainment. So I don't think we will get 100% comfortable with not owning the physical copies of things, because they don't have to go away.
I think it's because more of people have a voice now, right? People have more access to the internet, so they can speak on this. And I mean, for my point of view is, if I'm gonna go digital, give me a bigger hard drive on my system.
Yes.
I mean, that's why when I used to play Call of Duty, that's why I always bought it physical, because it's half the gigs that I'm putting into my PlayStation compared to 100 and some megabytes, digitally. Yeah. So I'll support going digital, but still give me the offer to buy a physical copy. Right. I mean, and then you got, for me, for an example, I support Dead Space. Oh man, I love that game. When it came out, I bought it digitally, but I also went to go buy it physically, just so I can have my physical copy. And because I love the game, I support that game. I enjoy the way they made it. The remake came out amazing. So
right on.
You still got, your fan base that will support that company no matter what.
Yes. Yep.
I know I got buddies too that rather have a physical copy than digital because you have it. You know, you own it. You have that ability to make sure you have that product with you.
Yeah, at all times. Like even if your external breaks, you still have a physical copy. You know, not unless your kids get a hold of one of them and they, you know, break it in half or something like that. That's never happened.
That's how you get a GameStop protection. They'll replace it.
Thank you, GameStop. It's one of the, like, dude, I remember, shoot, man, I can't remember how old I was, but I had a bunch of games that I took into GameStop, and some of them were relatively new, and some of them were old, right? But this man literally looked at me. He was like, "I'll give you $30 for the whole gamut." I was like, "Bro, no, I'll just keep them. I'll just keep them, bro. No, I'm good. Thank you." What? Come on.
I mean,
bro.
they do that thing now where it's like, I want to say if you return it within the 7 days, they still give you like almost 100%.
Right on. That's got to change. It's got to be on a case-by-case basis, dude. Why do you do that, GameStop? Come on, man.
I get it, man. I get that they need to make money, but God, I just bought this game like 2 hours ago and I didn't like it.
Exactly. It's so freaking silly. God dang. All right. I think we got that one pretty good. Let's go to I thought I had Larry. Yep, here we go. Let's go to the response from the CEO. Again, I don't think that Phillipe Tremblay was saying they're going to start rolling this out. But I mean, if you look at the landscape right now, I want to say Best Buy stopped selling Xbox games, but that's honestly because of Xbox. We've had numerous articles come out that Xbox Game Pass, they're cannibalizing their physical sales. So people aren't going out and buying Xbox games. They're just going to Game Pass because they feel like it's a better deal. And it is a great deal, don't get me wrong. But because of that, Best Buy is not selling Xbox games anymore. Or Walmart. I want to say it's either Best Buy or Walmart. They're making that step towards, you know, getting that stuff all digital. I do not like the way that is going. I wish, but that's part of Xbox's model. You know, they're want people onto their subscription service more so than buying their games. So that's, you know, that's a one-off. That's Xbox in general. But anyway, let's see. Let's go down to.
I mean, that goes back to the whole price increase, right? What if
that too?
What if this is the whole plan? Is if you want your physical game, you better pay $80 to get it. But if you want it digital, I'll sell it to you for $50-$40. Oh man, I'll be so pissed.
Or get it on Game Pass, and it's only $14.99 a month, and you get it day one.
Oh man, I feel like that's coming. I feel like that they're gonna rewrite the whole statement that they said that we're only bringing up the price because it's harder to make a physical game. But if you want it digitally, we got all these subscribers, or you could just buy it and stream it. Oh man,
dude, yeah. See, my biggest problem about that is if it's organic, if gamers are making this change, then sure, man, you know, give the consumers what they want. But if they are just leading us by the nose to where they want us to go, I think that's slimy business, man.
It is. It's I mean,
slimy.
It's the whole, this is going back to a couple months ago, the whole PlayStation Xbox Call of Duty acquisition that happened, right?
Yeah.
We heard that, you know, PlayStation had that contract for 5+ years and Xbox bought it. And people were afraid that, you know, after this, you know, Xbox is just going to take away Call of Duty from PlayStation, you know, make it an exclusive game. But they manned up and, you know, they noticed that more money was towards branching it out and not making it exclusive because they've noticed that PlayStation had more players on their base. I mean, you got PC, you got Xbox, but they noticed that their fan base through the Sony network was pretty big. So they let them have that contract, which is good. You know, it's good marketing, good practice. But you know, a simple change could have fixed that, and PlayStation would have lost Call of Duty forever.
Yes, and freaking, I think they're talking about making a new Spyro game. I remember playing Spyro on the PlayStation 1, the first PlayStation.
Yep.
How in the world did it become an Xbox property, dude?
Sony sold a lot of their assets when was it? I want to say it was during the PlayStation 2 era, going to the PS3. They sold Naughty Dog. They sold
they still have Naughty Dog.
Well, who was it? Because Naughty Dog owned Crash Bandicoot, they owned Spyro, they owned Jack and Dax. They owned all these small little companies that they had to liquefy because they couldn't make anymore.
How do I?
I want to say Naughty Dog had all these games when I was a kid. They owned. Yeah, so they had Crash, of course, Jack and Daxter, Uncharted. Yeah, all these games were part of Naughty Dog before they liquefied.
So it says Spyro was an Insomniac game.
So that's still Sony. Sony is Spider-Man. Or Insomniac is Spider-Man.
That's right.
It's probably their contract, because Insomniac Games did that. What's that? Gravity Rush? No, not Gravity Rush. What was that Insomniac game that they did for Xbox only, where it's like that energy drink based game where it was like zombies and whatnot? I don't know if you ever seen it. It was not a big hit when it came out, but people loved it. Sunset Overdrive.
Right on. Okay.
They did a contract with with Xbox to just make it an exclusive, and it wasn't a big hit. So I'm wondering if Spyro is going to be their next exclusive for Xbox.
So, well, okay, never mind. So Universal Interactive apparently was the one that owned Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I got to see that. So, okay, so it says, how did Activision get Crash Bandicoot? In 2006, the publishing rights for Crash transitioned to Sierra Entertainment, which was then owned by Vivendi, which in turn merged with Activision.
That's where we lost Crash to Activision.
But what I really want to know is Spyro, man, because that one's interesting there.
Yeah, because I thought, let's see, Spyro.
If it was an Insomniac game, how in the world did Xbox get their hands on it? You know? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason that would be the only way they probably got it, was during the contract when they went to Microsoft for a while.
Here.
Games.
Locations, collectibles, music, reception. Absolutely love that game. I didn't like, because I got to the end of Spyro and they were like, oh, you've got to go back and collect all the gems before you can see the ending. And I was like, this game.
Dude, Dead Space did something like that where
oh no. Oh,
the thing is, it was great. I'm not gonna hound on them because it was a good transition, because before the remake, when Dead Space ended, it left you in a cliffhanger, and then Dead Space 2 came out, and it never explained how the two connected, right? The remake finally made it better, to where their exclusive canon ending is what happens that creates the 1 and 2 transition, which was cool because it made me play the game again, and I was like, all right, this is cool. I like this.
Man, that's so crazy. Oh, here, let me Activision. There we go. Since the series' introduction in 1998, I was 10 years old. There have been numerous sequels and a reboot trilogy. The series was originally produced by Universal Interactive, and this is Spyro. Oh, okay. Because I want to say it was the same with Crash Bandicoot. Later became known as Vivendi Games. The rights to the intellectual property were acquired by Activision after its merger with Vivendi in 2008. Okay, so
I'm wondering if it was just part of the contract for the merger. Like, you give us these names, and we'll join forces. So I'm assuming they got
right on.
Because of course PlayStation got I wouldn't say stuck with, but it's their big game is Spider-Man, right? It's an exclusive PC and PlayStation game.
Yeah.
And then you got Ratchet and Clank, that's only PlayStation. So,
which is dope, man.
And then
that they can keep some.
I know I don't know if anybody's heard, but there's Marvel's Wolverine being made by Insomniac Games too. That's coming out. They're saying maybe next year or in the next 2 years.
Right on. I can't wait to play that one, dude. It looks really freaking good. It makes Wolverine look like Wolverine, you know.
Yes.
So I can't wait to play that.
I mean, that's the whole reason why Sony didn't want to give up the full rights to Deadpool, because they wanted to keep the X-rated, R-rated version of it in Disney, right? I mean, that's the only.
Did you ever play the Deadpool game?
I did, and it was hilarious. I like the whole breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it was good, dude. It was good. It went off the rails towards the end, though. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of fun. But I'd like to see that one be remade with better graphics, because the gameplay was like, it seemed like a little wonky, just a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed that Activision doesn't like to remake their games unless they're like big hits. One of them being Scarface, man. I want that game to be remade. I don't know if you ever played it, but that's a game that they don't want to release the rights, and I think it's Universal and Activision.
Good. Not here. Let's see. Oh shoot, dude! I'm looking at pictures right now. It looks like a Grand Theft Auto type deal.
Yes, it was. Oh man,
that's dope.
It was. I don't know if you ever played it or you ever seen it, but it was what would happen if he actually survived the assault at his mansion. So
no,
you lose your mansion, you get kicked out to the streets, and it's just you, right? You lost your sister, you lost your best friend.
Yeah.
And they blow up your mansion. They repossess it. The police. So you start from the ground up, right? You build Scarface back up. So that's the best part. You go to Cuba. You gotta go reconnect your connection. It was cool. It was a cool game. I really did enjoy it.
Who here? Let me see.
The voice who did Tony was so big that he is the main voice now, that Al Pacino has 100% agreed that he can do any voiceover for Scarface.
Dang, dude.
When you hear and play the game, that voice actor has been used in multiple games now. Payday 2 being one of the big ones.
Right on.
He's the voice actor for Scarface in Payday 2, being the same original voice actor from Scarface, the game. Because Al Pacino has
love that game.
Oh man, I love that game, man. It's fun. I got Payday 3. I was a little disappointed, but hopefully it turns out better in the future.
Right on. Friggin', if anybody's gonna remake this game, like right now, you got Remedy and Rockstar. They're remaking the Max Payne 1 and 2.
Oh man,
they're combining those games.
I saw that it's gonna be a bundle. I want to get into that. I played 3. 3 I loved the whole multiplayer access on that. I don't know if you ever played it.
Oh, dude,
it was so awesome.
Here we go. We got a multiplayer game we'll get in on.
There we go. Oh
yeah, we found it. But this one is it says that Scarface: The World Is Yours. It was developed by Radical Entertainment. So what I would like to see is Radical Entertainment get with Rockstar. All these are, so you got Remedy, Radical, and Rockstar, but I like to see Radical and Rockstar remake the Scarface game. I like to see that.
It'd be awesome. I mean, I don't know. I want to say the biggest reason the remake isn't going to happen is because of rights. One being Activision owns the rights to half of that game, and they don't want to release it. I don't know why. I mean,
how that works.
It'd be good.
Yeah. There's like all the infringement and the copyright and all that good stuff. It's so funny because like what's going on with Spider-Man, you know, and how Marvel and
Dude, that was the
Sony,
biggest. Yeah, that was the biggest. Sony didn't want to do the, what was it, the 60-40 cut, and it's like,
yes,
you give us the right, and we will make your movie. And look what they did. They made the best Spider-Man movie out there, and
dude,
not just that one, not just the Homecoming one, right? That's the last one they just made, but the animations are incredible. I enjoy Into the Universe and Across the Spider-Verse. Those,
that's right. Yep.
I want to say are the best way you animate a movie.
Yes, and they started that. That started with Sony and Across the Spider or Into the Spider-Verse, dude. That animation style, and now everybody's
the whole comic book. What is it? The 30 frames per second kind of thing.
They had a mix of everything. It had,
and that's the thing
2D,
is like
3D.
Marvel is just money, right? They want to see money, and Sony, it's like you give them quality, they'll like it, and
oh yeah, that's true. And plus, they've got the two directors that I think they've been working on all three of these movies. They're all about details.
Yes,
that's what takes so long for them. It's like I read an article about it was, you know, they got so far into it, like they were almost done, and then they had to go back and do reworks because the director said, no, we got to change this and do this.
So, I was gonna say it was like a 5-year-old kind of timeline that they had to take just to make these movies. But I mean, awesome movies. They are,
you know, they dude, I cannot wait till what's the last one? It's like you got Into, Across, and then I can't remember what the last one, but I can't wait till that one comes out. Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yes, Beyond. Yep. Dude, and you could tell all these different companies got inspiration from that. I don't know if you've seen the new Puss in Boots movie.
Yes, which was fantastic.
The fighting scenes that they did the whole 30 frames per second as well, where it looked like he was just kind of like running all comic book style. And then you got the new Ninja Turtles that came out that did the same thing, where it was half comic book, half fighting. Oh, what do you got?
So as far as, I didn't watch the Ninja Turtles one just because I didn't like how they were doing the turtles, dude.
Oh, okay. I can agree. I can agree.
This was freaking, and like they do, like there's like what, 2 main timelines. You have how they, you know, became ninjas. You have the one where Master Splinter was actually turned into a rat from the ooze, and then you have the rat that trained with I want to say it's Oroku Saki, right? That's Hamato Yushi, I want to say. Yeah, the rat that actually watched Hamato Yushi and trained from him, and then, you know, got into the ooze and trained the turtles and all that good stuff. What I don't like is reading a book on ninjutsu, and that's how you learn it.
I did notice that.
I was like, dog, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. It's like, honestly, you can learn anything from a book, but ninjutsu, bro, come on now. No, you'll go out there and get yourself killed. You know what I mean? You must be out of your mind.
I do love the Jackie Chan playing Master Splinter in that one. It was hilarious. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, do you remember Jackie Chan Adventures? You remember that show?
Yes. Oh man, that was my favorite show. What are you talking about? With the talismans? Oh.
Yes. It was so
his uncle was always like, what? Jackie? Dude, that's
love it.
Back when I lived in Texas, that's the show that I would wake up Saturday mornings on. What was it? WB.
Yes. Oh my gosh, dude. Taking it back.
I'm trying to figure out where I could stream it so I could watch it. I think Netflix had it for a while.
They did, and I was able to watch almost all of them. I didn't get to the end before they freaking took them off.
Yeah,
off there.
That's the thing. That's another point for streaming, right?
Yes.
Are we gonna have them forever, or are they gonna take them away, man? That's
exactly.
That's why I hate it.
Golly, man. Oh, but real quick, we're gonna geek out here in a second, but we're gonna get into this is also gaming related. We have the show The Last of Us for season 2. They found their Abby. So we have, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna look her up to see if she even has the build. But The Last of Us, Caitlin Dever cast as Abby in season 2 of HBO series. So let me go to this one. What was her name? Caitlin Dever. Okay. Caitlin. There we go. Look, see.
Oh, I don't know. She better start bulking up.
Oh my!
Damn, that was like the worst
tiny.
picture.
What?
The picture that you had your mouse on to begin with. She has little arms right there. Nope. If you go back to the right, yeah, look at that. I don't know, man.
No.
Maybe a bodysuit. That's probably what they're gonna do.
CGI, like with the Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh no,
CGI,
man.
some muscly arms on her.
Yeah, because even in the game, she's known to be like Rip, right? She's like the strong.
She's huge.
Yeah, that's
huge.
She became a meme.
Yes. Uh-oh. I'm losing you, buddy.
You good? You good?
Oh, I got you.
All
You're
right,
back. Yep. So let's go to Colleen Fosh. She is, or as far as I know, she was the body model for Abby. And this
so I'm
woman
assuming
is
it's
yoked.
the motion capture, right?
Maybe. Hold on,
I would assume that would be motion capture, right? They would use her body as a motion capture and then just CGI the face for the game.
Yeah. They use this one for the face. She looks exactly like her. But Colleen Fosh was the body model, as far as I know, for Abby. And this woman is yoked. She's so I'm thinking that Caitlin Dever needs to start a cycle. Right? Now this is all speculation.
How tall is this girl right here? Let's start there.
Colleen?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't. Here, let's put it in here. There we go. Athlete. Let's see. Do we have a Wikipedia on her? Wiki. Let's see. It comes up. I don't know. Here, let's go back here. Real quick.
I'll look it up as well.
Just in case.
Help you out. What's her name? Colleen
Fosh. F-O-T-S-C-H, I want to say. Oh, here we go. We have a Colleen Fosh bio. But freaking, let's see. Nope, no telling. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll look it up as well. Let's see what's going on. Because the only thing I say is because they have to match the height as her.
Oh, she's 5'8". She's super tall, dude. Hot dog.
And then how tall is Caitlin Dever?
Yeah, they're saying she's 170 pounds and she's 5'8". Wow. She's
Ooh,
and I don't mean this that way,
yeah.
but she's a giant woman, dude.
No, yeah. Caitlin Dever is only 5'2". So she's not gonna look good if they rip her up, you know what I mean?
My gosh.
Oh no, I don't know what
That's hilarious.
The Last of Us is already a good show. Let's just start off there. It's already good. They did the game justice real good.
They did. Did you follow the controversy of the game The Last of Us Part 2? Did you follow that?
Yeah, the whole I get it, but I think it's still a good game. It was still a good game. I mean, it was 100%. Just a small detail that people kind of got affected first. I mean, it was that time of the year, time of the where people were kind of spazzing out on that kind of controversy. But again, it's just a video game, right? It's you kind of. I would say games are based off what's going on in the world, right? Usually games come out during, a big political thing that's going on that they try to match, but at the same time, they're trying to match that same fan base that's going on in the world. So I get it. I get why they did it. I don't understand why people kind of got up in arms in it. It did affect the game pretty bad because it did drop their sales quite a bit, and then when it came out, people actually started buying it after. Yeah. Which I believe that's the whole reason why the show did their little episode like that as well, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it damages, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think once people got around the noise about it, I think that's when they were able to sell.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a good thing that they advertised it like that too. That was a big. I wouldn't say it's a big mistake. I get it. You're trying to capture a fan base that you believe is bigger than anything else, and you got to think about it. It's an action game, right? It's an action survival game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, and as far as the gameplay, and I even like the story. Gameplay was good. Story was good. But with everything that had come out, people were talking about the death of Joel. And
oh man, that was
Abby being absolutely massive. You know what I mean? It's like they got steroids in the zombie apocalypse. Because let's be honest, man, this woman, she did a few cycles. She's huge. She's much bigger than what you'd be able to do naturally with the gym. And I'm impartial. I don't care. Take steroids, don't take steroids. I don't care. But be honest about it for one. And two, I feel no two ways about it.
Yeah, you do you. Yeah, you do you. As long as you don't affect others around you. But I get it. Yeah. I get it. It's business, right? You make the game to kind of accommodate those people that enjoy it. Yeah. And again, back to the Palworld thing, right? You change one little thing and it's up in arms for everybody, right?
See, here we got another comment. Roy Kent, glad I found you, bro. Palworld's popularity is forcing everyone to face the reality of AI in gaming, but only because it's a game people want to play. AI is the future of gaming. Adapt or die. And I got 100% agree with that. So, okay. So as far as the AI conversation, I think, devs have to do a couple things. One, realize that it can be a useful tool that you can use to help you create games. The writers, same thing with those guys too, right? I don't think it will fully envelop the gaming industry. Like, I don't think that a studio is just going to have, one or like a small team per section, like their writers, their devs and things like that, to just use AI to create games. I don't think it's going to do that per se.
You can't 100% AI a game for sure. You still need that creative mind of somebody to even mention it, right? You have to give it that backbone for AI to create it.
Yeah. And so I think that it will become a useful tool for studios, whether devs and writers like it or not. It's coming. It's not going to stop. And the second thing is, on Twitter, these devs need to stop going so hard, dude. It's not all or nothing. It's not, oh, if you like AI, then F you or whatever, right? That's how to get people turned off. That's a good way to have people say, you know what? Maybe you guys should lose your jobs to AI.
And it's not even that. It's just going to make those people want to even pursue AI even more, because you're over here being a no offense or language, but you're being a dick, right? You're telling these people to F off, and you're not supporting a creative mind. It's like, AI has to get that creativity from somewhere, and if it's not you, that's gonna be somebody else.
Yeah, and it's not like we're not even at a spot with AI where it's
we're not
actually taking
yet.
jobs yet. Yeah, it's not actually taking jobs yet. You know what I mean? It's I haven't read anything saying, oh, this part of the working sector have been completely wiped out due to AI, or somebody lost their job to AI. Haven't seen that in any
Prime
article
example
yet.
is you got Amazon. They got robots, but who takes care of these robots, man? You still got people. You still got people.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about this a lot, dude. Oh, go for it. What'd you say?
I was gonna say I was probably maybe gonna say the same thing, but I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think it's possible for. I mean, yeah, you'll get a way where they can, maintain, but you still need that person to update.
Yeah.
You still need that person to create the new software.
Yep.
I believe AI can go so far unless people go right. That's where they get all their information is from all these people.
Yeah, I think it will come to a point. Maybe maybe people are in danger of losing whole swaths of the working sectors. Maybe, but that's not where we are, dude. We're at the beginning stages of this, and you lose all of your goodwill by saying, oh dude, if you like AI, then F off, or Palworld was created totally from AI. There's like one guy, he made all the pals from AI, and it's putting devs out of business and all this and all losing jobs to this. It's like, one, that's not true. Two, you going so hard on this, you're losing the goodwill of the customers. You know what I mean? It's like you need to be like, take the studios out of it. You need to be going to consumers and trying to change the consumer's mind. You know what I mean? Because the studios are reacting to what the consumers do. That's just as simple as that, dude. That's one of the reasons Palworld is so freaking successful. The consumers love Pokemon. They just wanted it to go into a different direction. They wanted a fresh take on Pokemon, and Nintendo, the Pokemon company, they didn't give it to them. So Palworld saw an opening, and they freaking came in and just took all of Pokemon's cookies. God dang, dude, they're doing so good right now. But it's like I was thinking about this. Yeah.
I was gonna say I might need to start saving up to get that game here pretty soon. See what the fuss is about.
Right on. Man, I'm looking forward to. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, I was thinking about this. I wanted to go through and find all of the sectors that have been wiped out, right? Because I know when the automobile was invented, a lot of people who were selling horses and carriages, there was no need for them anymore. So that whole sector got wiped out. For the guy who was going around selling ice to people to refrigerate their food, whenever the fridge came out, that they didn't need that guy anymore, right? So I was thinking about it. I was like, man, what exactly do we do? I mean, obviously we've survived with entire sectors of the workforce being wiped out. How will this affect the modern age? So I'm still thinking about it, still racking my brain about it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think what would be cool is if these companies give the devs whose jobs have been completely wiped out, and it's going to be AI going forward, they have like a section of their budget for those guys to kind of go to a trade school or switch jobs or something like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that need, so no matter what happens, you still figure out a way to improve. It's not like you lose that part of that workforce, but it gets replaced and builds up a different one that co-creates whatever is going on with it. So like you said, ice got thrown out for refrigerators, but now you got all these people that fix refrigerators, right?
There you go. Yeah, it's just like one sector was taken out and another sector was created. You're exactly right about that. Exactly right. We have another comment from Roy Kent. Yes, creative minds will always be needed, but think about AI running a million scenarios and testing so a game is released with no bugs. You know who would have loved for that to happen? CD Projekt Red or Redfall. They would have loved to have a tool like that. You know what I mean? To generate more NPCs or more boss fights. You know what I mean? So a lot of these people, you know, it's like if you get away from all the noise, AI isn't a bad thing within itself. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's going to help you do your job. And if you, the faster you kind of acclimate to that, the better you're going to, the better position you'll be in whenever it does start, you know, like studios really start implementing it into their work. You know what I mean? So, hey man, you know, bitch, want to complain all you want to. It is coming. The better you adapt to it, the better position you will be when it does get here. You know.
Just take their batteries out.
Yeah, before freaking Skynet goes online. Jeez, dude. That I'm not gonna lie, that is scary. Oh, did you okay. Did you see the, and this is where I think it kind of goes into the realm of it's a little dangerous. It's dangerous. But did you see the AI pictures? It was of Taylor Swift.
I haven't. Now I gotta check this out. Let's see.
Bro, that's scary. That is
so AI really pictures of just Taylor Swift.
Yes. Make sure you go and
of Taylor. Oh, like first one right there. AI pictures of Taylor Swift. Images. Ooh.
Almost. We're gonna wrap it up here, and like we'll go like 8 more minutes. We'll make it a clean 11.
Oh man, that is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, anything could be done with AI now, right?
That's right. And see, my focus isn't, it being implemented in studios. That's not my focus, right? But like, let's say politically, it can be used to make, let's say, Joe Biden say something that he didn't say, right? Let's say he's like, oh, we're attacking China, and it was AI generated, and China sees that and they're like, all right, bring it, getting their troops ready, all freaking billion of them. And they decide to go on a campaign, to try to invade the US, right? But, Biden never said that. It was AI generated. That is scary. That's World War III type scenarios, dude. That is really scary.
It's funny you say that because not too long ago they released these pictures of a country being bombed.
Yeah.
And it got so much hype that it did create a whole distress to where they were about to do something about it. And then some lucky guy got into that image and zoomed in and is like, no, this is all AI and Photoshop. Like, don't do anything. It's like, but that's scary, right? That's the same with what you were saying. I watched this YouTube channel called Presidents Play Video Games, and it's what you just said. It's Biden, Donald Trump, and who else? Obama playing like Wii Sports and Microsoft. And when you hear it, like say you're like waking up and this stuff is playing in the background, you would believe it's these guys really talking.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to check that out one day.
Oh no, I will for sure. This is how you can get a hold of Large Raging Panda. We have his Twitch and his YouTube. It is going across the bottom right now. Please do check him out. He's awesome. He plays all the golden ones, the Fortnites. Weren't you were playing Dead by Daylight for a minute too?
Yeah, I play a lot of the multiplayer games. Let's just say that.
Right on.
So
yeah.
Okay. I'm really just branching out everywhere. When I get bored, I'll stream a single player game and try to 100% it, just because Mr. Captain Kirk and Balls over there rubs it in my face saying that he got it done. So I'm real competitive with that.
Oh my gosh, you guys are nuts. I love them. I love you. We got another comment from John DBZ. I think now we'll just kind of go through the comments. Okay, now I see how hype Palworld had got Venos Gaming 400k views on just one vid. Holy freaking crap, dude! Maybe I should instead of playing
it's crazy.
Hogwarts
Here,
Legacy.
Let me look up Charlie, the guy that I was talking about as well. His name is Penguin Zero, and he's been playing Palworld 2.2 million, and he was talking about the Palworld drama about the whole AI controversy and people trying to say it was a Pokemon knockoff. So I mean, even that just talking about Palworld gets you up there, right?
I mean, at worst, it's, you know, they use them like as a really close inspiration, but I don't think Nintendo has any leg to stand on as far as
they don't.
Infringement goes.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said before, the whole catching them. I mean, it could be maybe a slim chance, but they have to. You have to go into the fine details to see if the Pokeball or whatever they use to catch the Palworlds looks exactly the same as a Pokeball.
It doesn't actually. It looks like a.
Let's look it up because I haven't seen it. So let's look it up.
Have you ever seen ants? When you had the one ant that wants to marry the princess or whatever, princess ant. Yes. It looks like whatever they were drinking in that bar. You remember?
Oh, I know what you're it's like the leaf like wrapped up in the little dewdrop in the middle.
Yes, yeah. So it's kind of like that, just both ends put together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. While you're doing that, we got another comment from John DBZ. His crew all hit numbers like that in the day. It's crazy numbers. This is true. It's honestly got me thinking maybe I should play some Palworld tomorrow.
Right. I know. I'm thinking of buying it. It's only like $26, so
yeah, that's another thing. Larian, I think Larian. No, I'm thinking of Alan Wake 2. They didn't do the regular $70 price. I think they made it $10 cheaper.
Yeah, and I think it was like $50, if not $40. I saw that.
And so I think, you know, we do have studios out there that are trying to cater to consumers and not just trying to gouge us.
It's all these indie titles that people want to see, right? You don't need a AAA studio to fund and produce a game.
No.
Another one is BattleBit. Have you ever heard of BattleBit?
That sounds familiar.
It was the Minecraft Roblox Battlefield shooter that was like $5, and they sold millions and millions of copies. And it was a crew of, I think, 3 guys that made this game. 3 guys, and now they're multimillionaires off of this little indie game that they created in a day or so.
That's so dope.
And I mean, if you look up videos of it, I have it, but my PC was not capable of running it, which is amazing with if it's a game that's like Minecraft graphics.
Yeah. All right. Well, shoot, man, we got a minute left. I'm gonna go ahead and do my ending spiel, and then we'll get out of here. Thanks to everyone that showed up. Thanks, John DBZ, in the comments. Really appreciate you. Also, you, Roy Kent, and Captain Kirk. Thank you for dropping by. We appreciate you. That's all we've got for you today. If you wanted to support the channel, likes, subscriptions, those go the furthest. We really appreciate you guys doing that. If you wanted to support the channel even further, Buy Me a Coffee link is on the banner going across the screen right now. Toss a couple bucks. We appreciate that too. And if you didn't want to do that, you can go to our Amazon affiliate links in the bottom and buy you something, and Amazon kicks us back a little something also. With all that being said, you guys have a good day, and keep it casual. Peace.